The man woke up and found himself in the desert. He was completely shocked. Then he noticed a glimmer of light coming from a hill. As he walked over to check it out, he discovered a strange nest. The man wiped the dust off the surface and then carefully examined it. Inside he saw many eggs shaking. The eggs kept wobbling. Then something bizarre happened. The eggs hatched, revealing monsters with green bodies. One by one more monsters started to hatch. They began to squirm. Some of them tried to crawl out of the nest. At that moment an ear-piercing screech came from the distance. The man looked up. He saw many monsters rushing toward him. In a panic the man tried to flee. But suddenly someone attacked him from the side. The man quickly reacted and dodged the strike. When he saw the attacker's face he was horrified. In front of him was a monster with tusks protruding from its head. While the man was still in shock, a hail of bullets came toward him. It turned out to be the monster's companions. They thought he was an egg thief and wanted to kill him. One of the monsters quickly stopped its companions. The man had no choice but to hide behind a rock. After convincing the others, the monster slowly approached the man. At this point the man was shaking behind the rock and noticed that the other monsters hadn't left. Instead they had circled around and surrounded him. The monster then dropped its equipment on the ground, indicating it meant no harm. Seeing that the monster meant no harm, the man cautiously stepped out from behind the rock. He pretended to surrender. They briefly introduced themselves. The man said his name was John. But then the monster made a strange request. It told the man to jump. The man pretended to comply, but as he jumped he seized the chance to move toward the weapons the monster had dropped. He grabbed a weapon, preparing to fight back. At that moment the monster charged at him. Just as the man was about to strike back, another monster hit him. The man was captured. As the monster applied medicine to his wounds, its subordinate came to report that there were still some eggs that hadn't hatched. The eggs that couldn't hatch couldn't become warriors. Reluctantly the monster ordered that the remaining eggs be dealt with. The man, along with the freshly hatched eggs, was taken back to the monster's camp. It was then that the man realized there were many monsters living here. He was curious about where exactly he was. At that moment a group of female monsters came out to greet the team. On their mounts were the just hatched baby monsters. The monsters cut the ropes and the babies that fell to the ground began to run wild. The female monsters in the area began to fight over them.